Hello everyone. I wanted to come on here and do this flip through of this folio that I made for a swap. So Vicky, if you're watching and you don't want to see it, turn the video off, honey. I know she said she didn't want to see it. She's too excited. So I hope she likes it. I didn't do a lot of fluffy frills and stuff on the cover because it is a folio. It needs to lay flat so you can write in it and such. So I did a lot of collaging. So hopefully she likes it. I just tied it with this fabric, and this fabric can be used throughout the folio. I didn't really want to put I tried the magnetic closure. I could not find the tiny magnets for the books. So if you guys know where to find them, please let me know. I've looked, and all I can find is the large ones. Walmart don't have any of the small ones either, so I'd like to find those. But this is for, like I said, a swap. It's on a Facebook group called Sophie's Notes, which Susie is doing a swap for, like flip books, you know, spring with wings, or spring, I think spring with wings, but it's all springtime, anything with wings, birds, butterflies, dragonflies, etc., you know. So we're doing folios and flip books, and I was partnered up to do a folio, and this is my first ever folio, so don't judge me too hard because this was my first one. So I really hope Vicky likes it. I've already talked to her about it, and I think she'll be pleased. But you know, hopefully she likes it. But I'm not a pro at this, you know, by no means. So okay, all of the ephemera, the digital kits, all of it is ArtyMaze. I loved her newest one. What was that? It's the new spring kit, and I really want to buy that kit and play with it. I've just got so many kits right now that I've already got printed out and cut up. I want to use those first. So I went ahead and used a bunch of this stuff that I had. Some of this is her freebies. Some of this is from like the Dragonfly Dream Kit, the Paris kit. I have quite a few of her kits, so I kind of mixed and matched them. So because all her colors go so well together with all her kits, you can mix and match. As you can see, this is different kits, and all the colors are the same. I mean, that's how well she does. I love Andrea's work. She's amazing. So, yeah, this is all ArtyMaze, everything in here. So this is the cover. I used a file folder. And before I get started with this, I do not want to forget this idea. Even though it's not exactly the same, I got this idea from Gina at the Firefly Studio. So I will link her below because she does a few videos on hers step by step. I didn't follow it exactly, but I did use some of it, and I will show you. But the cover is just decoupaged, and it is a file folder. And I'll show you the back, and you can see the Mod Podge makes it so nice and soft, and it's not sticky. It's the matte Mod Podge. I've heard some people say that theirs is sticky. Maybe it's the glossy, I don't know, but mine's the matte, the name brand, you know, Mod Podge, and I really like it. But that's just, you know, that's all collaged, and it looks like it goes together. I mean, of course, a lot of Andrea's stuff is collaged, you know, when you print it out anyway, so it's already gorgeous. So I just left it like that. Can you open it up? And with the folder, what I did, the file folder, is I just flipped up the two bottom pieces, and then I cut this middle out, and I just made a pocket. So that's how I did this. And I don't remember how Gina actually decorated all of hers inside. Mine was completely different, except for this here. This whole little insert here was Gina's idea, and I followed it as much as I could, as far as, you know, the way she made it. So we will just start with it, actually. This has, I'm hoping you guys can see this, there is a pocket here, or a page with a pocket. There is a little bit of lace, because I could not help myself. I had to have lace in here somewhere. And a little butterfly. And this was one of, let's see, what was this? This was Andrea. Oh, this was one of her journaling cards that goes in this little pocket. That's what it is. And I just put it over here because I loved the image. It's so pretty. And I just made a pocket out of it, and then just added some of these little cards. Let's see. This is just some of her paper that was extra. That, and it's all printed on cardstock, and I did not want to waste it. It's got dragonflies and a rose. It's just somewhere extra to write. And then one of her little postcards here. So I just made that little pocket there. Then you turn it over, and here's a pocket here. And I used one of her postcards to make a pocket. I wonder if I could zoom in. Hold on, guys. Let me try to... Actually, I'm just going to lower the tripod. Maybe that'd be better. I wouldn't have to keep picking it up. Okay, maybe that'll work better. I made a pocket with one of her little postcards there. And then I just did some collaging on the back with this. Some of it I printed out on cardstock. Some of it I printed out on just regular paper. And so I just tore this into different pieces. And then just inked all the edges. And then just decoupaged all that on there with Mod Podge. And then here is one of her little library cards, which is that not gorgeous? It's so cute and little. I love little things. Why do we like little things so much? I need to do a little journal. I haven't done one in a while. Isn't that pretty? You know, and Vicki can use this stuff wherever she wants, you know. She can just move it around. And here is another page. And I just, the same thing. I did, tore some of her pages. Like I said, all this is already made, so I'm not going to keep repeating that. But I just tore, and this was, I think, Time to Cook or something. Like I said, I have so many of her kits. I love the colors, and they all go together. And here's one of her journaling cards that I just made a pocket. And here's another one of her cards, and it's all spring. To me, it's like spring, summer. I love this tag. I mean, look at all the collaging. It's just, it's gorgeous. Love it. So when you flip this over, this flips up. So this is like a little CD or DVD pocket, and I don't know what to really call it, but you know what I'm talking about. You can just put your DVDs and stuff in there. And I just added a little piece of one of her background images, like her pages, and I cut it out to make it like a journaling card, so you can write on it. And I just put one of her tabs right here. It's just a little double-sided tab. She always has tabs in her kits, which I love. I can't see, and I can't reach around the tripod. There we go. So for this cover here, I used the antique linen all the way around to distress that, if you can see. And then I stamped with, whoops, vintage photo around with this little stamp. And then I put two of her little butterflies there just to decorate it. And I think, I'm going to bring that closer. I just think that's so pretty. It really turned out good. A lot better than I thought it was going to. So when you flip it up, I'm going to move this down. There's also a little pocket here with another one of her journaling cards, which is butterflies, and it is so pretty. And then this is from her, is that right? Yeah, Dragonfly Dream. I think that's the name of it. I'm saying Dragonfly Dream. I think it is. It's been a long time since I've had that one too. And look at that. Oh, it's just gorgeous. That's from her Dragonfly Dream kit. I think that's the name of that. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And then here I just did the same thing. I used some of her background paper. And this is the dragonflies again. This is just some coffee dyed paper. And I just kind of collaged it on there. And then I added one of her journaling cards to make a pocket. Here's one of her gorgeous tags. I love butterflies, period. Postcards, the green, music, I mean, what else, you know? There's nothing else left. It's gorgeous. One of my favorites. And then this is one of her journaling cards, and I just stamped a little bee on there, because, you know, it has wings. I'm going to move this out of the way. And here is the other side. Okay. This, let me make sure my phone's off. Okay. This has a little bit of more embellishment. Towards the end, I was like, okay, I've got to add something because otherwise it wouldn't be me. So I added a couple of my mini envelopes, which this idea come from Lori, Girl on the Ridge. So thank you, Lori. And then here is some trim, my lace trim. Here is a little butterfly applique. Here is some sari silk and some fabric. And this was a piece of a doily that was just the flower and then a flat back pearl. So I had to add that. And then up here, I just added some fabric and some lace, and I frayed the fabric. Added some of this beautiful trim, which is from Denise's shop at A Tattered Dream. Hello, Denise. And here's some flat back pearls. So that is all that goodness. So in this large pocket, you have room to put bigger things. And there is one of her, Andrea's envelopes with a journaling card. And of course, it is the birds. Oh, and the little girl or little boy. I don't know if it's a little boy or a little girl. That's just so cute. Is that not gorgeous? And I don't know if this was this from Paris? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I've got too many of her kits to remember. Unless it's a new one and I'm using just one kit. I can tell you the artist and I'm good with that. Here is, I think this is one of her freebies. The postcards. And it's so nice that she offers freebies. That's just amazing. I love this. Look at that. I love it. After I did this one for Laura, or for Vicky, I was like, I want one for me. It's so pretty. I love this. And this says Faith. And it's got the definition. I love these tags. They are so beautiful. Andrea does such a wonderful, wonderful job. And another one of her journaling cards with, you know, the butterfly stamp. And then just a little tab there. And another one of her cards, which I think I had it back there. Like that. Okay. And we had to have a journal to go in. And it had to be, you know, small as far as thin so it would lay flat. And so I didn't get to do a lot of embellishing as far as, you know, my fabric and flowers and stuff. But I think it's pretty. I mean, I think it turned out pretty. And I loved this sunflower card. This is a journaling card from ArtyMaze again. And I just sewed around it. And I think I sewed on right through the actual cardstock. And I put this fabric because I thought that looked so good together. And I sewed right on here. And I love that. I never thought I would like being able to see it, but I do. I love the texture. So I hope she likes that because I've never done that before to where you could see it. You know, I've covered it or whatever, but I like that. That just shows that it's been sewn. It gives you another, you know, texture to feel. And this is, of course, one of her background pages. And like I said, I think this is the time to cook or time for coffee, or I don't know which one. It's one of those. And here is a large tag that's got some of the same fabric, and it says this book belongs to. And here's a tag that I made and just punched out the corners and distressed it and put a little bee on there. And then here's one of her beautiful postcards. And all the paper is coffee dyed. And then there is this large bag, and this is like a glassine bag. And I thought that was so pretty, so I added that. And this little pocket is like kind of like a two-part pocket. There is these little mini envelopes that make a little tuck here. And this is just a couple of her tickets. And so they go there. And I think this is from one of her Paris kits, I do believe. Then this is a fabric pocket, and I sewed around it. And I added this little journaling card that it's been coffee dyed and distressed and stamped. And then this is some of the background paper. And I just put that there, and it's on cardstock. Then I just punched some tickets, I stamped some tickets. And put that there. That's got butterflies on it. And see, you can see where I sewed that, and I just thought that was neat. There's a doily. Lots of places to write, and in this pocket I have added a layaway tag that I received from Patricia. Thank you so much, because I did not have any, and I love these things. And I also added 2 of my fabric washi that I've made. So I thought she could play with that in here. I like the colors. I think they go well. So I just added her those. And I forgot one pocket I don't think I showed you guys in my folio. This is just a side tuck that I made with some of the background paper, and I just added a prayer card and a guest check so she can alter it, do whatever she wants with it. And then the back pocket, this was one of Andrea's envelopes. And I cut it down and made a pocket out of it. And then here, I'll get all this out of there. Whoops. We have a large tag with the story begins and a B. We've got another tag that I've just stamped on and distressed around. Some more paper for writing. Here is a little envelope, which I don't remember. No, okay. It's just an envelope with a little card in there that I didn't put anything in the card yet. And then this little spool with the dragonfly. So there's that. So that's the journal. And that lays flat, so it'll fit in here nicely. But I don't think I showed you guys the front. I completely skipped because I went to here. Sorry. Okay, let's go back to the front. We're going to be backwards today. Okay, so here's a little postcard that I just put here and made a little pocket and put a couple of her beautiful little tickets with the flowers. And this book belongs to, this is one of her freebies. And I just cut that little label out and put it there. And then this has got two pockets. We've got one here and one up here. So we get all this stuff out. Here is another postcard. And one of the little dragonflies. And another one of the large tickets with the pretty birds. And here is, I was showing you earlier, that's the pocket to that, and there's just a glassine bag in there with some goodies, which I'll just leave for a surprise because if she watches this. And here is just a tag that I made with just a little sticker and some fabric, and then I just put a few more little pretties in there. And there's stuff kind of stuffed everywhere for her, and I have a few other things I'm sending her. So here is a little mason jar, which I love these things. I think they are such a cute addition. And some little tickets and a label. And then we've got the ticket and the banner, and they match. So I decided to go ahead and put them in here because they would match this, and she could put it in her journal, you know, wherever she would like. So she's got some extra ephemera. And here, actually, I was wrong. The other one I told you, where was that I seen that? And I said it was actually the envelope. It was actually the card, I think. This is the envelope, and I actually cut it down to size and just made it to where I could hinge it under so it actually held a lot more than normal. So when you open this up or pull this stuff out, you can see there's a good amount there that you can fit stuff in. So here is a large journaling tag that I made, and I just added one of her rose tabs there. There might be other stuff in there, I can't tell. Here's a journaling card with flowers and butterflies. And here is a mason jar with flowers on it. So that is it there. And Laura, not Laura, why do I keep saying Laura? I've got Laura on the brain for some reason. But Vicki, I hope you like this. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This was my first one. But I hope that you enjoy it and get some good use out of it. And I want to thank you guys all for watching. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.